that's obviously a shame. I've got a preview, stand by, let me see if it's a glitch. No, it's on. Is that coming? Does that come on? Streaming to call, it says. Moon River. Sorry? Streaming to call, yeah. No two. No two. Awesome. Okay, let's get this show on the road, boy. Now, just as this guy lines up and wait, he might have been given a clearance for takeoff. He doesn't have to line up and wait. Whereas that Air Algiers 330 may well do, as he clearly goes straight out. Direct headwind. CF6 engines, see the pointy cone out the back, which is a nozzle which aerodynamically directs the airflow out of the engine. Love it. A330 200 variant, a bit more chunky than a 300 sibling. Here we go. Oh, line up and wait then. Oh, that's why he's lining up and waiting, because he's got this chap in front of him, or chapess. Intersecting departure. He's rolling already, look. Wait for it, son. He's rolling. He's only just started his takeoff run. Oh, he's just rolling into point. Or the captain's like, you know, easy, son, easy, easy, easy. Just let him go, let him go. Let me at him, let me at him. Fire it up! late gear attraction, to be honest. Lots of them going up. Long run out for the long takeoff roll, should I say, for the Dreamliner. Not all the time, but more often than not, because it's built that way. Well, the engines are like that. It just work in unison with the aircraft in terms of its aerodynamic efficiency, meaning that the aircraft can, to minimise the wear on the engines, they reduce the power on takeoff. Which then obviously increases the length of the takeoff roll, which obviously makes it longer before they rotate than your 777s and 787s, etc. etc. Rolls-Royce power, Trent 1000s. Here we go. That's quite a reduced power setting they've got on the engines there, all pre-entered into the flight management system, so that when they push the throttles forward, they can go up to the stoppers basically, but the aircraft will the engines will deliver the predetermined amount of power that's been inputted into the flight management computers. Actually sound like I know what I'm talking about. See how long that run is? That's a long run, that is, man. Spoken to a couple of 747-8 pilots who will remain anonymous, who said that they winced as the end of the runway was coming most of the times. Look at this beautiful 760 A330 lining up. You can hear it. Oh, I'll tell you what you can hear. You can hear that. It's like there's no profile picture or anything. I think I've got to re-sign in and that into the front. Oh, look at these engines, man. Who's going to make it first? Is that triple going to roll straight out? He's going to roll straight out. Wow. Intersect. This one, it's not off maintenance, is it, Julie? It's triple. It's not off down to maintenance, is it? It's going to Gatwick, is it? Maintenance, there we go. Or positioning flight, maybe. Sign in. Sign in. Okay. Yeah, man, I told you, didn't I? Hey? Right, I've got to sign in and all that malarkey. Okay. Let me just try, yeah, I'm in. Advert. Wow. Now that will go up very quickly. Okay. Because he's got nothing on board. No suitcases, no freight, no passengers. Couple of cans of pop with his co-pilot. Positioning flight to London Gatwick, that went up in about 400 yards. Oh, someone's impatient. Nice clean set of hubs there, mate. God! More CF6 man. Ready and fire! Trent. Yeah. set your car alarm ablaze, that will. Not so much as the Trent 700, I have to say. Ready and fire! There's the V1. There it is. Maybe a bit of brake dust from those wheels as they close the undercarriage up. No, maybe called it a little bit too late there. Oh, you're going to turn left, mate. You're going to have a little bit of a crank left, then we get you a nice big funky shot with a 777. Yeah, no, just going straight in. No, what's that? No, it's too late. CF6. Now this is a little single aisle. Can't really call it a short haul jet. Generally it is, but these things capable of flying across the Atlantic, if they're configured correctly, it's it or it's it. We've got Trent as a new member, and Danny Harrison. Welcome to both of you. Oh, mate. Oh, man. Let me just follow this one and we'll see a lot of them. Won't see a million of these. Here's the link. Nice. Oh, is it operating Gatwick to Tampa later today? That's 777. Who told you that, Jenny? Linda, why doesn't Heathrow have their own BA maintenance? They do, Linda. It's like more like an overflow down at Gatwick. That is if it's going for maintenance, but it's not. It's actually going for a positioning. It's as a positioning flight for an operation out of Gatwick to Tampa, Florida later today from London Gatwick. Interesting. I have to be honest with you, and I'm not pointing fingers or anything like that, but really, come on Gatwick, man. Marketing team, start thinking outside the box. Box jar box. Give us a call. We could have caught that whole Delta Airlines return to Gatwick live and exclusive to you know, but no. Dreamliner. Great name for an airplane. I like that by the Americans, the Dreamliner. Not really been massively a dream to them, has it? Financially, over the last decade or so. Plagued with many problems with that airliner, but obviously managing to keep everything afloat, or in the air, should I say. Part of the big grounding at one point was down to the engines with the Rolls-Royce Trent engine, so nothing really to do with Boeing themselves, but obviously other issues, electrical, technical and structural as well, bulkhead issues as well on some of the 787s over the last few years has given them quite a few issues, but things sort of like returning hopefully with their 787 program. And congratulations on the 100th MAX to United Airlines. A33neo. It's another clever program. Taking an existing aircraft type and modernising it, kind of like what Boeing have done with their Max, of course, with the 737, which has had more types than the Spitfire, I believe. Only joking, of course. It's funny, isn't it, when you look at a 737 front end. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of people who would know what type it is based on the, But other than the very early variants with the eyebrows, it's quite difficult to tell the front end of a 737 Mark 1 from a Max, if you know what I mean. I'm sure there are a few changes, like maybe they've extended the nose, they've extended the front end section of the 737 over the years. Maybe just for the Max. I know the back end of the Max has been heavily modernised. See, they're quite full over there. That's the maintenance sheds there at British Airways. Of course, all these old sheds, what you're seeing there, the frontage you're seeing, is a bolt-on frontage. You can, on all of the old hangars that they used to have here at London Heathrow, and still have, but masked in a frontage, so to speak. Obviously at huge cost to British Airways, but I think they have a preservation order on those maintenance hangars inside there. So there's very little that BA can do in terms of they've just had to obviously extend them out. We miss the jumbos being in there, don't we, eh? Kind of like, you just miss them, don't you? Busy in there though, you see. And that's the old 747 hangar. I mean, obviously not just 747, but BA used to use that extensively for the 747. That's now gone to United. But I'm hearing heard it very well, but it's not going to plan. Stand by, GP. Stand by. Oh no, it's alright, it's alright. It's okay now, is it? So it's just a temporary glitch, right? Darren Lawson has gifted 5 Big Jet TV memberships. What a lovely thing to do. Thank you, Darren. Long range, Qatar 777 making its way out for departure. Singapore Airlines just about to pull round and park up at gate. Probably going to be going, I'd imagine, into that stand there. And look at that! Boho Jane, how does the pilot control the yoke? Throttle, stay on glide slope, spoilers, brakes, all that time. Yeah, Boho Jane, that's a good question. Obviously, you know, he's got his left arm and his right arm. His left arm, if he's in the left-hand seat, his left hand is controlling the aircraft's movement with an Airbus, for example. That's a bit of a long landing. His right hand, or her right hand, is going to be operating the throttles. This is just, for example, on the left. So his left and his right arm, and then of course, and that is something that comes with training, basically. It's something that comes with training. Having the ability to sort of like multitask with your hands and feet. and be coordinative as well. I don't know if that's the right word, but coordinating the movement of the rudder of the aircraft, for example, with your feet. Also braking when you're landing if you have to, if they're not on auto brake. And of course, if they're flying a Boeing, the same thing applies, where the pilot will be controlling the yoke with one hand, which looks quite a lot more sort of like, you know, aggressive than with the Airbus, because you actually see the whole yoke moving. But they will also be in charge of the throttles, because you wouldn't want somebody else accelerating using the throttle in your car while you're trying to steer. It really wouldn't work that well, would it? You need to control that. Far more sort of traditional is the Boeing system of flight control. Yes, exactly. Early birdie, like an Englishman driving on the continent. Yeah, you have to obviously appreciate, get used to using the. That's why I always rent an automatic when I'm out there. Not that I'm in any way, you know. I lived in California for you know, where they drive on the other side of the road, the wrong side of the road. But anyway, yeah. General Electric. Interesting history to read up on about the 777 with British Airways. British Airways were the launch customer for the Boeing 777, I believe, and their early aircraft were powered by General Electric GE 9090s, I think they are, and that's this one here, probably been modified since it was new, I'd imagine. But they weren't happy with the engine, so went to Rolls-Royce for the next batch of 777s. Still hear her whining all the way down there, man. Yes, so did people get my bit about the shed and the United? So this Qatar jet, because of all this repair work that's going on with the taxiway there, they've closed that whole entry point off. So jets coming from the other side of the airfield now, not all of them obviously, but that bird very, very nearly landed. It's a sparrowhawk, isn't it? Look at that beautiful sparrowhawk, man. Are you serious? Oh, that's hilarious, man. Oh, that's funny. Model shop in Bournemouth, who play out Big Jet TV on their screen in the shop. Hello to everybody in that model shop, if you're listening right now. Maybe they've got the sound turned down, I don't know, but hello to anybody in any model shop, anywhere in the world right now, who might be watching, listening, or whatever. Virgin 350 on radar. Livy Maidament. Thank you, Livy. Paul Brown, have you ever been to Birmingham? Yes, Paul. Yeah, the shot right down the centre of the runway at Birmingham used to be awesome from up on top of that field, a neglected field, it has to be said. I don't know what was in it before, but nice big juicy Qatar 777. Here we go. Clear takeoff 27 right. Winds are, what are they? Are they 270 or something like that? Or is it the other way round? Winds are 090 so that's 270 degrees, yeah. 10 knots. In other words, winds are calm, is what they will say. Q&H, I'm guessing they give them also. Q&H number. Actually, our Q&H setting is already at its point on the ground, so Q&H is, I think, it's a barometer setting, a pressure setting that they have to, I wouldn't say regularly, but certainly during approach, to make sure that the altitude, I think it's an altitude setting or something like that, which basically says what the ground altitude should be on your aircraft right now, or something like that, to keep the aircraft in sync with the pilot's impression of that. Laura Maloney has, thank you Laura, has gifted a Big Jet TV membership. That's very kind. John Emil Harrison is a new member. Welcome, John. Squogger, push back into your seats. Need aircraft. Early bird. Military variants have other designations. Someone who knows her wildlife, fair play, Mrs. H. Correctly identifying that kestrel, I think it was, with sparrowhawks and black and yellow eyes. Interesting. Well, I don't think we would have been able to see right into their mince pie, but anyway. Dave Beeler, Boeing have more 737 MAX problems with vertical fin attach points. Oh my goodness me, really? Vertical fin attach points. In other words, the rudder. Or, oh no, vertical fin, vertical stabilizer. Not the rudder, but the attach points of the vertical fin. It's obviously been brought up in a... How would that have been identified is the question. During a maintenance check, I would imagine. Jen Llewellyn was at St Athan Aircraft Museum yesterday with her son and grandson. In the field opposite was BOAC 747, British Airways 747, which we covered the, believe it or not, the arrival of here at London Heathrow airside, with thousands of people watching, and no more than a few years, 2 years later or so, she's gone. What a shame. What an absolute shame. Could be an opportunity to give one or two of them a bath, innit? A couple of 380s over there. Nose up attitude, innit? Balmy 12 degrees. Is it 12 or 16 degrees? I don't know, but it feels quite warm even up here on the top of the roof. 14 degrees. Doodle, the West Midlands. Oh, wow. Just see across the bows there to Terminal 4. Vertical stabilizer, Kaz saying, indeed. Sabira, will you be able to catch my flight back to London next Sunday on Kenya Airways about this time? Sabira, who knows? At this point in time, we don't know where we're going to be next Sunday. I'd imagine it's going to be here. If it's around about this time, that means if they're on 27s, you'll be on the southern runway going out. So that would obviously be a little bit more difficult in terms of catching your departure, so to speak. But Whispering Nature, do they inspect the runway after a certain number of flights? Generally, when you say inspect the runway, you're talking about, okay. So she's coming in from Nairobi. Okay, all right. Well, we'll look into that, Sabira. Whispering Nature, do they... yeah, weather dependent, of course, as well, and all those sorts of crazy things. Wind direction's obviously very... the inspection process is between runway operations. They might do a random inspection if you're talking about the inspection, or in terms of maintenance. The runway will be worked on as and when it's necessary. I'm guessing it has a lifespan, one would imagine. But obviously the materials that they use and the aggregates and all that kind of stuff for making a runway are very sophisticated. Can take a real pounding, of course, and they need to. But they're even runways are susceptible to shrinkage and cracking and all those kinds of crazy things. Hello, wait a minute. I see in the distance. No, get away! Quickly, he's coming for you. I'm swimming as fast as I can. Hurry up! Yeah. Congratulations anyway to Boeing for delivering the 100th 737 MAX to United. Interesting little bit of news that I heard, I read today, was that Corsair, now we've seen Corsair, haven't we? They have been voted or crowned, as they say, the best French airline, and thanks to the votes of 200,000 people who were questioned over their favourite French carrier, beating Air France and French B in it. So well done, Corsair, operating A330s, the Neo. So we might see one or two of them down at Toulouse when we eventually get there. No, I know. Silkway have just announced as well a new weekly freighter, and I mean a freighter operation to Houston. Of course, they operate all the way into. They're actually not a US airline. They're I think they're from Uzbekistan or something like that. Anyway, so that means that when we're in Alaska, we may see a couple more Silkway 747 operations there. But either way, whatever we get, we're going to get lots of beautiful operations. Got to give a lot of love to the single aisle folks. I was reading a great story about Billy Muhammad on LinkedIn. He went from flight attendant to a pilot by the age of 27. I think he started working in the aviation sector when he was 19. So that's pretty amazing, isn't it? You know, determination, hard work and determination, and research. It was one of the things that he mentioned. It's so important to do your research, and then you're miles ahead of the game, aren't you? Before you go to the school, he studied and did his private pilot license and all that stuff. I think he got his CPL down in Johannesburg as well. It's a big old lump, isn't it? What's that? I don't recall saying that. Yeah, Frankfurt was all members. Anchorage will be first class and super class members, folks. But also bear in mind all premium members that you'll be able to access the footage a week later, 7 days later after it goes out live to our first class and super class members. 7, 8, 7. Look how low she is, man. Welsh guy, yeah. That's the Broughton visit is literally an ongoing project, which they've got a new lady who's just recently started there. So I literally, although she's been briefed on our proposal, and I also have my good friend in the background who's sort of like overseeing it just to make sure, but you can't bug them too much. He said give her a week or so to bed in and get herself comfortable, and then maybe contact her. So we're waiting. In the next week or so I'll be reaching out to her and hopefully we'll make it happen. But to be honest with you folks, it's a tough old life trying to get, you know, these guys to commit, because they're obviously busy with other stuff. And understandably so, but this is something that's very easy to organise in terms of the passes and all that kind of stuff. And you know, but obviously the most important thing is the whole we've got to go to Airbus and actually do a recce, a live recce, which will not be available to anyone for anyone to see other than a select group of people from Airbus themselves, who will be able to see exactly what we are proposing to do. And then if they're happy with that, then we will obviously are you going, mate? Or are you gonna sit there all week? Who's that behind us? I don't know, man. He's got some big guy in the back of us. Oi! Go on, give him a nudge, son. Give him a nudge. No. Just no. I'll give him another hoot. Tell that guy to just... Oh, is it? Blimey. Right, okay. Well, it's coming up on us then. Wow. No, I don't. I definitely don't. Roger that. There was a Virgin 350 on Wadar. Secondary access freak. Tobias has upgraded his membership to first class. Thank you, Tobias. Virgin 339 on radar. VE11 on radar to Boston. Paul Skilling saying thank you. Miner! Who's that? Dreamliner set engine smoke switch to tail rate position. Great. Tobias. I sort of do a run to the, I do a sticker run at least once a month. Anybody wondering what that's all about, if you want a sticker free of charge, then just go and download the app. Doesn't cost anything other than a self-addressed envelope that you send to box 747 at Big Jet TV. All the details are on the app, just scroll down on the app. And yeah, the name rings a bell, Tobias, put it that way, because I do look at people's, we're gonna get lots of other ones, aren't we? Let's just get this big lad here. So, holding at whatever point that is, runway ahead, you can see Rolls-Royce Trents bolted to that thing, man. Look how big those engines are. David Sheffield, welcome back, David. Wing lights now on. That means she's, well, got a Dreamliner pushing in front. Oi! What are you doing? Tobias, yeah, well, Tobias, if you send me an envelope, it will be either in the next batch or it will have already gone out. I don't know when. About 2 weeks ago, I think the last batch went out. Rolls-Royce Trent 900s, Cho Hunter saying, yes indeed. The Rolls-Royce Trent 900. Exclusive to the 380. Jordan. Diane 78 smelled jet A1 for the first time. Just so creepy from right now. Just Now, depending on what's actively waiting, he may get clearance now. Clear takeoff, 27 right. Just doing his final checks now, maybe, or her final checks. Everything's good, power settings right. Get her into position. Sit there for just 5 or 10 seconds, maybe. Check your pressurization switches one more time. And roll her out. I think she's going straight out. Fire it up! Yeah! Just looks so slow, doesn't it? Rolling on to the entry point. Probably line up and wait, I would imagine, because you're still going to get quite a significant amount of weight behind this 380. Long run, she's heavy, man. Here she goes. Wow, that's Dreamliner country, that is. Tuck that big 35-ton undercarriage up inside. Big sound of the doors slamming shut if you're a passenger over the wing. And then about between 60 and 80 seconds later, configured, up come the flaps and the leading edge slats. She's gone. See, look. Still leaving it quite some time. Can be 10 miles long, the wake on that 380, and of course because of the fact that the winds are directly at them more or less, that wake will be less dispersed than it would be if it was, say, a crosswind. If you see me. Clear takeoff. Happy jet. Happy jet. Go on, girl. Watch it get even more happy as it goes past. Watch. Happier. Whee! Look at it now, look at it now. That is so happy, man. Yeah. That is so unique on the 777, man. Some people say it's like that shark. What was that shark? That, you know, cartoon shark. Yeah, something like Finding Nemo or something like that. Yeah. Here's another one that he's coming out of that. He's a little bit unsure there, you see. Look, different angles, they look a little bit different, the facial expression on a 777. Look at him now, G. He's like, I don't know. He's, sort of, Yeah. Jordan's new member. Welcome, Jordan. Catherine Kelly has upgraded her membership to Big Jet TV First Class. Thank you, Catherine. And Martine Nolan has also upgraded First Class. No need to do it yet, folks. Anybody obviously becoming a member by way of gifted membership will be able to join us live in Alaska, Anchorage, for the most incredible aviation sights and sounds and scenery that you will ever see in the world. Oh, Martin with an E on the end, not Martine. Sorry, did I say Martine? Oh, sorry, Martin. No! John and Jane flying to Heathrow on Friday morning to Japan Haneda International Airport with Japan Airlines. Friday morning. That's next Friday morning, I take it. Depends, really, to be honest with you. It's so difficult because if we did that for one, we'd have to do it for multiple others. And we obviously love to do it when it's during a show, but obviously when it's a non-show day, it's obviously quite... we'd love to be there, obviously, for everybody, but we'd obviously never get anything done. Like trying to speak to people who don't understand. The one shark from the Jaws movie was nicknamed Bruce. Den asking for more Happy Jets. So you don't get it with the 330. 330 is just their pitot heads are very sort of like, you know, differently spaced, but the 777 now look, he's a little bit happier now. Now watch his smile change as he turns onto the runway. Hearn Hunter gifted a Big Jet TV membership. Hearn Hunter, thank you so much. Lovely thing to do. Now look, now he's like, oh, we're going flying, are we? Ooh, hold on a minute. Now he's got a smile on his face. And it gets happier. There it is. Look, he's really happy now. He's looking down the runway. Shifters. Right there, man. Right there. Nice. Big old set of carbon fan blades on her. Just going to jump to this 330, folks. Virgin Atlantic. Looking forward to meeting up with Captain Chris. Final checks. Everything good. Trent 700s, go for it. Such a long wind up on those engines, man. You listen and compare them to other engines like these XWBs you're just about to see. All the power comes on at one point and then it's just bang on it comes, whereas the Trent 700 is like a sort of like long delivery, long, slow, sort of beautiful delivery. A350, the XWB. Watch the profile as she turns head on at us. Not perfectly cylindrical, has a very slight straight side to it, comes out and then down, as opposed to the other cylindrical styles. They could be going straight out as well, man. So he's got whiskers, isn't he? The 350. He's got big nosy whiskers, isn't he? And there it is. Bang! I think the noise that you hear, the noise, just as they're spooling up, is actually the valves closing as the engines spool up. All the drain masts that you see at the bottom of the engine and all that sort of thing, all the seals close up for that, which is what that foot noise that you hear, just as they beautiful climb out of shot. Bit of funkiness there, bit of funkiness going on there, look. Funky. Make it funky. Couple more triples, big heavy lumps. Look, let's get this guy just in case they know we're on and they're like, you know. This one's got a little mole on his face. Look. Oh, look at that. That's quite rare. That's nice. There's a name again. The singer with the mole on her face. Oh, just a little. Lindsay DePaul. That's nice and rare, that is. Laura Malone. Upgrading membership to premium. How's that work? It's a glitch. Simon Bamford, welcome back. Oh, listen to these engines. Just getting up that ramp. She must be quite heavy. She must be quite heavy because there's a bit of a ramp there. That's why she needed to power the engines up to get up that ramp. Bit of an incline, probably like 3% or something like that. 3 degrees, sorry. But this triple, I'm predicting is quite heavy. Where's she going? James Brown is a new member. Make it funky. Get up, get on up. Get up, get on up. Get up, get on up. Yeah. That was heavy, man. Nice big Q80 777 making its way around the back of the bike sheds, look. Oh, and look at this. First 767 Smoky Joe of the day. Awesome, unbelievable go around that we caught the other day, folks. Probably I don't know if it's more dramatic than the Dreamliner. I feel good. Puss in PJ Spy walks, that one going to LAX. Jerry Donnelly, GE90s rock and roll. They do, man, they do. I mean, I love the Trents. You know, the 8s are screamers, the 7s are screamers. But the GE90's just got that big, beefy sound about it, hasn't it? Mind you, they do really growl, don't they, sometimes, the Trents. Sailor Mike DHL 767-300 ER arriving in 15 to 20 minutes. Probably catch that one going out later on in the show, I would imagine. Won't be a massively long one. Gay Pinnock, cargo 747, Pacific cargo 747 on approach. Oh, chilly. You what? Oh, did you? Oh, okay. Oh, blimey. Aviation in 4K, not as dramatic as that Dreamliner touch and go, but still incredible. Yeah, I think the Dreamliner kind of like just wins out because of the fact that it actually touched the ground and was like, wow, man, like, you know, I mean, You've got to see it to believe it, folks. It is on our channel, of course, but it is an amazing thing to capture and watch and see just how much of a close shave it was. Let's just say that, yeah. Average passenger weight, innit? Average passenger weight is given. Yeah. Oh, he's happy, look. Oh, he's very happy, look. Very happy now. You can clearly see his smiley face there. The 2 pitot heads. Well, actually 3 pitot heads there. Redundancy for redundancy for redundancy. Ooh. Hear that? Old school sound, Pratt & Whitney's probably. Mart UK one. Yes, I have seen Flying Heavy Metal. Indeed, I have. Bruce Dickinson, of course. It's kind of a little bit. Yeah, it's all right. I think it's 23 flights a day for United are the plan for 2023. That's their plan. Wow, look how steep that turn. Wow. Martinair, Air France and CMA CGM. Well, that's kind of KLM as well, isn't it? Because Martinair are a Dutch operator, replacing KLM Cargo's jets, of course. But there's no surprise there, to be honest with you. Sheikh Farage has just gifted 5 Big Jet TV. How many? Is it? Or a Big Jet TV membership? Sorry, I'm just looking down on the phone there. Sorry. I gifted a Big Jet TV membership. Thank you, Sheikh Farage. I'm hoping, folks. Apparently, Jilly told me yesterday, but just a lot going on, obviously. But must have skipped my mind. But apparently, this one is going to be going out. Should expect her to turn around and go out within the show today, folks. That's possibly going to be our curtain call. I don't know, but keep an eye on her. Let me know if she comes on radar. We won't be able to see her from. Okay. So around about 7 o'clock, we're thinking we're going to see this aircraft going out. Now that's a 400 pure freighter, of course. Not their 800 that they sometimes operate into here, but a 400 pure-blooded freighter. Something that we will likely see in many of in Alaska. Going to do some gold panning as well. Only joking. If I found a massive great chunk of gold on the... What would you have to do? You'd have to go and sell it, I guess, to a gold dealer, and then declare the earnings and all that kind of malarkey, pay tax on it and everything. This could go up quick. About now. Ish. Maybe. Now. $650. Okay. Plan to go out at $650. Tara Payne is a new member. Welcome, Tara. Chris Howard gifted 5 Big Jet TV memberships. Thank you to everybody who have gifted Big Jet TV memberships. Of course, those memberships are first class, and those folks will be able to join us in Anchorage in a couple of weeks' time. Royal Air Maroc 737. That's next generation jet, not the Max, but probably a 900 or something like that, or an 800. $E, ES. TAP went into a roll takeoff. Okay. Spy walks. The TAP was moving fast in the corners. LFC Ian. Dash 400 will always be the best version for me too. LFC Ian talking about the 747. Ian, I mean, of all the 747s, I've got to be honest with you, probably the early variants, you know, the 100 and the 200 would be my favourite in terms of the ultimate 747 of the jet age, you know. But of the current versions that are flying, yeah, I've got to be honest with you, especially those pure freighters that don't have the extended upper deck. Of course, the freighters, they don't need the extended upper passenger deck. They can utilise far more space by using the old 100 variant type hump. Laura Maloney has upgraded to first class membership. Laser aimed. Welcome, Big Jet TV. New member, right there. Laser aim. Right through there. Sailor Mike, Royal Maroc 737 Max. Oh, it was a Max, was it? Sorry. Sorry, I got it completely wrong. Thank you for that. Scott Kirchner, does the ground crew disconnect the nose gear, or is it mechanically disconnected? No, it is the ground crew. The guy that walks out with the tug will be in contact with the crew up top. When everything's done, the link is detached and the tug has moved away, the last part will be for him to remove the brake tag, which disconnects the front steering mechanism from the pedals with the pilot, so that they can't accidentally press the left gear when he's trying to steer it right and snap the linkage. It completely disables it from the pilots and makes it fully movable for the tug. Once he's pulled that pin and all the systems are back up, he'll then disconnect his mic, which is literally just a simple plug system up inside the undercarriage, then walk away, give the guy a wave and show the tag, which we'll probably get an idea of later, and off they go. So it is all done manually by the ground crew. Nick Wilson, welcome to first class. The Aviation Lounge, welcome back. Clive Clark, my nephew should be in Terminal 3 by now. Leaving Sri Lanka tonight at 9:30 in the evensong. Dave Beeler, there is a bypass lever on the nose gear that disconnects the nose from cockpit. That's why you see guide hold up the pin after turning the power to yeah, he'll hold up the pin to show that he's removed the pin. If he just waves goodbye and there's no pin in his hand, then the pilot will be like, whoa, hold on a minute, where's the pin? You know, and then you're in a right old pickle, aren't you? Because it's not like in open the window, hey, where's the pin? Sorry mate, I can't hear you. I said, where's the pin? The what? Oh, for God's sake. Forbes has upgraded their membership to first class. Aviation Lounge, welcome everybody. Uncle Pat, tuning in from Texas, where it is 10:55 a.m. Trent 700s, here we go. Big long wind up for these engines. Listen to this. Oh, Mark Lambert flew into Bangkok the other day. Loads of Thai 747s. Quite nice to see. Egypt Air 737, like that. Lufthansa. Be very, very wary of taking electrical products in your main check-in bag, folks. If you're going to carry any charger blocks or anything like that, then take them in your check-in baggage and make sure they're under 100 ohms or whatever it is. Oh, sorry, take them in your hand baggage, not your check. You want? No. I said if you don't put it in your check-in baggage, put it in your hand baggage. Oh, I've repeated myself then. Okay, sorry. Paul Skilling has gifted a Big Jet TV. Welcome. Thank you so much, sir. Forbes upgraded to first class. Great stuff, Forbes. Rebecca Weaver. Did cockpit windows on modern jets ever able to open? Yes. On some of them, they still are. 767s. The 777, I think, has a sliding opening window. Different aircraft, different type, yes, but I think some aircraft do, some aircraft do not. G'day, Brian, saying, when was the last time you saw a 747 SP? Oh, yeah. Wow. You know what? I can tell you when the last time I saw a 747 SP. It's got to have been around about 2005. Was it 2005 or something like that? Exact year, I'm not sure. But let me just figure this one out. Is it around about 2005? I was in London, I was in East London, and I was I realised where I was kind of like not far away from the approach flight path to London Heathrow, and I looked up and I saw a South African Airways 747 SP, and I was like, oh my goodness me. And my mate was like, what? I'm like, look at that. He goes, yes, plane. I'm like, yeah, but that's not just any plane, mate. That's a 747 SP, mate. They're as rare as rocking horse poo right now. And he was like, oh, okay then. Whatever. See, look, you look at the front end of a 737. Now, you tell me whether that's a Max. I mean, obviously they've got different pitot, just the cockpit front end I'm looking at here, not the winglets or anything like that. Literally from a foot back and forwards of the cockpit window. Oh, here we were. Nigel Clinic, Trent 700 FADEC function. Modified engine acceleration schedule for takeoff. Up to 10 seconds spool up time to increase fan and stall margin. Only active up to 50 knots. Wow. Thank you so much for that, Nigel Clinic. That therefore answers what I talk about with the long spool up with the Trent 700. So it's a modification on the engine to reduce fan stall or whatever it is. That's brilliant. I like that. Thank you so much for that great information. Love stuff like that. Keep it coming. Doesn't matter where you get it from, whether you know it yourself or you're an engineer, or if you're getting it from Google or whatever it is. Dave Beeler just grounded last flying 747. It was flying telescope. Have they grounded that 747 now? The flying telescope. Caroline Brooking, I remember the KLM pilot opening his window and waving at Dublin, and we also had one, a brilliant one, probably even better I'd imagine, where the pilot was literally leaning out the window, was at Schiphol, looking down on a 737, I think it was. Or was it? Yes, it was a 737 being pushed back from gate. Philip Lowry, first sighting of an Egyptair 737 for him. Usually see this in like Schiphol and places like that, or Frankfurt. Normally they're operating their 777, I've got to be honest, or even 330 at times. Nice big juicy 777 coming out. Hopefully that Emirates 380 is going to line up and just hold his position right there and let these guys go out so that we can get this, because I want to get his roll up to the roll up, read all about it. Damn, small for a cargo plane. Oh yeah, of course. Blimey, I right. I just realised it's a freighter. Very versatile freighter as well, the 737, of course. More rare to see an Egyptair 737 freighter, but that aircraft will have brought freight in, some of it destined for the UK, other freight that might be on board that aircraft as a feeder, as it's commonly known, the feeder aircraft, which will bring freight from another country to part of it to this country, and then part of the freight will be going on possibly on that Cathay Pacific freighter. But usually these kind of flights are general cargo, which is usually perishables like fruit and vegetables, because we can't grow anywhere around here, you see. I'll tell you what I did see yesterday. ITA, although it was in the old Alitalia livery, A330 going out of Heathrow. Or was it coming in? I don't know. Final checks complete. Roger Navin upgraded to first class. Roger, thank you. Pete on the move. Welcome to first class, Pete on the move. Brilliant. and we got Nick Woodward has gifted 5 Big Jet TV memberships. Thank you, Nick. Look at the outboard section of these wings with the tip tanks. We've got fuel tanks in those wing tips. Heavy, heavy. Yeah, please. Left turn, Clyde. Turn left, heading 210. Climb and maintain 3,000 feet. Something like that. Things going into autopilot now anyway. Flaps going up. Slats already quite a long-winded wind-up for those big, enormous flight surfaces on the A380. But now she's flying. See, now the wingtips are fully flexed. So still, even though it doesn't look like it, a tremendous amount of flex on the wing on the 380. Oh, hello. And there it is, look. Oh, Ita won't be liking that, won't we? 767 with no winglets. Possibly a freighter. Originally built as a freighter, I don't know. A lot of these aircraft, ex-passenger jets converted. Yeah! Oh, Gulf Air's retro jet is over there as well. This is nice. Almost looking retro now, that old Alitalia livery, isn't it? Even though it wasn't a very a long time before they were sort of like going through their new phase of Alitalia with their new livery, then they actually ceased. I think there was talk of a bit of corruption going on there somewhere. I don't know whether that's true or not, but Tobias, refueling is at 2,000 litres a minute. Need 50 or 60 or more tons, so you know it takes a while. Yeah, it does take quite a long time. You know, a transatlantic crossing. I remember the fueling guys were doing a 747 across from Stansted to East Coast. I think it was 90 tons. That's a max. I think it was 90 tons they put on board a 747 freighter. Dave Beeler, American is eliminating the retro paint schemes on its 319 and is instead putting the US Airways retro on 321s and American liveries will still be on the 737s like that. I like what American do. American woman, American woman. Sorry. Squirrel has a model of that Alitalia jet. Cool. Helen Clapp, I prefer that Alitalia livery. Well, you know what? I don't blame anybody that turns around and says, you know what, I prefer that old Alitalia livery, because I still like it. I like it. But they just had to completely rebrand it, didn't they? Nice Trent-powered 777-200 lined up, followed by his big brother pushing in the background there, the 300 variant with the General Electric engine, as you can see, a bigger engine than the Trent's 800. So Taylor, I just booked flights from Boston to Heathrow on a 380. Wow, how cool is that? Okay, I think this Turkish 777 is going to be the next to move up the ramp. Louise Jane, lovely LHR show. Reedy Alitalia livery reminds me of the Spearmint Suites when I was a kid. Scott Hetherington. Here now. ES on Friday, a 380 from London Heathrow made 2 attempts to land at Miami, then diverted to Orlando to refuel, came back to Miami about 3 hours delayed. 2 attempts, well, what was the reason for that? Must have been weather related, surely. TCC mentioning also about the rumoured issues with technical issues with the 737 MAX production line with vertical stabilizer mounting. That's what we're hearing at the moment. That news will obviously gather pace as it happens, but that would mean a recall, I would imagine, again, which the manufacturer, the airlines will not be happy with, I have to say, because when your aircraft is taken off the line, you're losing revenue, basically. Look at this, I've just spotted something. Linda Hutchfield, 55 Big Jet TV memberships. Thank you, Linda Hutchfield. Rolls-Royce engines on this 777. Originally, probably like British Airways, were going to be General Electrics. But this aircraft was probably one of the aircraft that went through the delay procedures. Big chunky undercarriage on the 777, both 200 and 300 variants, got the same system. See the, you can't actually see it. That jet that just went out, I think that's a clipped wing jet, doesn't have any raked wingtips on it. Sorry folks, just grab that Korean triple first. Saw that 380 in Miami on flight radar, a lot of place putting in holding pattern. There was a huge thunderstorm over Miami. Well, there we go. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Get climbing. Hey, you said I could go first. What do you say? What the matter with you? You breaking my heart. Okay, Phil Lloyd. It was mentioned the max issues are the back four locking tail to fuselage pins, and it is a manufacturing issue at Spirit, their supplier. Oh dear. Is that strength and integrity of the bolts themselves or the anchoring points? Oh, he's got a bit of a whisker on his where you go, George? It was, wasn't it? You're not from around these parts, are you, boy? It's chewing tobacco, that one. What the hell? Hey, Gino. Gino, why you not a put of the ball in the hole? Diesel 13 Boeing 787 coming out for New York. New York, New York. That'll probably, well, Mark N asking if anybody knows why the Ryanair 737 front nose gear, obviously, collapsed last week. Well, I would imagine that that was probably a technical issue with the locking mechanism or something like that. It very unlikely to have been an accidental, you know. Right, we're parked at gate. Gear up, yeah. No, don't touch it. It's a nice little cluster of jets over there. Uzbekistan, ITA and Air France. Nice little cluster of colours there. How lovely it is. Sabira upgraded to first class Big Jet TV membership. Thank you very much indeed. Now okay, Godbar. Ah, Mr. Mackay. Lloyd Bell, Her Majesty is pushing. VEII, as we call it. This is a 787-10. I'm only saying that because it looks long. Sometimes, depending on the angle that you look at them, it's obviously when they're side. But there are noticeable numbers of windows at the front, which are an extension, obviously, because I think primarily it's the front of the aircraft that it's been extended, maybe the midsection slightly as well, but it's just been stretched, basically. It's what they used to call in the old days a super stretch. This is the longest variant of the 787 Dreamliner, of course. Ian Snelling. Jerry, on Thursday I saw several cruisers between flight level 320 and 370 and none were trailing. That will literally, Ian, be down to the weather itself and the... oh, scary copter! Scary copter! Oh, look at that big spindly thing hanging off the top of it. Look, I know they're the rotor blades. Yeah, obviously, Ian, I would imagine that's temperature related. You will find sometimes when looking above and seeing an aircraft and it's not trailing, it's generally down to temperature, because obviously normal temperatures above at those heights are normally anywhere between sort of like minus 25 and minus 75 or something insane like that. But it all does depend on temperature and winds and all that kind of stuff. Obviously, very high winds create some amazing looking condensation trails, and they are condensation created by the hot exhaust temperature of the engines. Just like your car that you start on a cold winter's morning has all that, sometimes has that condensation that you see, which is a mixture of the hot exhaust meeting the cold temperatures. Nothing to do, Kevin. Just stop it! Stop it! Come on now. Mauritius 350 on radar, diesel 13 telling us, and there she is. I'm just getting this Alitalia. Hey! Tobias, where is that Dash 10 going? I don't know. You tell me, Tobias. Looks like it's going westbound. Okay, clear takeoff. I thought I was if I'm lying the plane. Listen to the hum of those Trents, man. Can you hear that hum, folks? Turn up your bass. Mark in booked to fly on a Singapore 787-10 from Singapore to Manila in June. Hum will go completely when they power these things up. Listen to this. Mid KS, you're right. Alitalia did go bankrupt, or voluntarily, or whatever it was, but new management, ITA, but they're still using their old aircraft, of course. Here we go! Hum gone. Okay, folks, got to quickly nip down. I'll be 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Start the clock. Beat the clock. Got to beat the clock. Take the mickey, man. That's bang out of order. That's taking the mickey, man. That's disrespectful in a funny sort of way, isn't it? You know, we've asked nicely and all that, and now you're finding another way to do it. You know, it's bang out of order. Never mind. Sorry. Okay, so here's your new Italian operator livery, ITA. These guys moving back down to Gatwick. Don't know exactly when. I'd imagine quite soon. Because probably a reduction in operating costs. So Gatwick have literally poached these guys from London Heathrow, unless they might run a limited service, I don't know, from Heathrow, but yeah, interesting. Delta, of course, back at London Gatwick as well now. Diesel 13 actually likes the ITA blue livery. I like it, don't get me wrong. I do like it. I think it's very snazzy. It's kind of racy in a funny sort of way. Oh, Dream 350, thank you. October for Mauritius. Wow, still got another year. Well, give or take, you know. Moon River, wider than a smile. Oh. Royal Brunei, that jet, folks. We don't often see it. Here comes another favourite amongst a lot of people, but looks a little bit odd with the white nose. What's that screaming emu's talking about? It's a lot of stick shaker, pull up and wind shear, high stress. Oh. Is that stormy landings or crosswind landings or something? Oh, really? Oh, wow. That is amazing. Philip Lowry, was it wind shear that brought down the Martin Air DC-10 in Portugal 30 years ago? Well, there was a DC-10. I'm thinking of the one in America, which was a micro burst, which brought that DC-10 down. Or was it TriStar? It might have been a TriStar, actually. American operated. Kev Parker, after a bit of research, it seems the colour is Savoy blue on ETA jet, so named after the last Italian royal family. Brilliant! Wow, great bit of feedback, thank you. Savoy blue it is. Hey, I like your plane. And Royal Jordanian looking a little bit dishevelled with that white radome on it. Obviously a replacement radome, a very sort of like regularly swapped out piece of the aircraft in terms of maintenance, because obviously it's the leading part of the aircraft, goes through a tremendous amount of stress and impact as well. So these things are a serviceable item. They're not like, you know, just a throwaway. Mr. Oscar 323, welcome to Big Jet TV. Delta Tristan at Dallas Fort Worth. Helen Clapp, the Uzbekistan looks very retro. Yeah, we love the Uzbekistan livery. Looks even better on a 767, isn't it? I think Uzbekistan have got. Karina Roebuck. I'm at work boarding planes. Fantastic. Yeah, I love the pastel look of the Uzbekistan jet. We're on a bit of a hold at the moment. Look at that. Blimey, O'Reilly. Now that is an unbelievable intersection. Russ CT, good point. May well have had damage to the nose section due to ice or flying through a storm, like he says. Pop it, TCB. You see, I like those little snippets of feedback every now and then. Pop it, TCB. The sounds good of the engines. over there? What do you see odd over there, folks? Come on. Who's going to first one to see? Answer that. Let's see. Damien Eves, great question. Do the engines rotate in opposite directions? No, they don't, I don't think. I think they all... General Electric rotate clockwise, I think, and Rolls-Royce anti-clockwise, or the other way round, or something like that. But yes. What's that? What's the jet at T4 with the 2 red lines? I think that's Biman, isn't it? Biman, Bangladesh. You got it. Lots of people mentioning that, yes, indeed, a bit of an odd thing to see is an SAS jet at maintenance at London Heathrow. Obviously, that aircraft's gone tech. I think it's a CEO as well, an old jet. Called B08, no 747. Well, we're hoping to have one before the show around about 7 o'clock tonight. In about an hour and 15 minutes, we're expecting the Cathay Pacific 747 to be going out. Screaming Emu. Left and right engine are identical on every jet plane I've flown. Okay, there we go. Well, I did a long time ago. I heard that apparently it's either one rotates anti, the other one rotates clockwise. So. Peter Wood, the windsock is all over the place. Mart's UK1, yes, you can indeed send a sticker for, send a sticker, send an envelope for a sticker, you can. Just go to the app and grab the address from there. Just scroll down on the free thingamajigs. Oh, okay. Gilles just put it on the chat anyway. Box 747. Send your self-addressed. It's amazing because, you know, we get lots of people obviously requesting stickers with their self-addressed envelopes, both here in the UK and also around the world. I've sent stickers as far as Australia, US, the Far East, and Grimsby. No. Wider than a smile. Yeah, lots of people send little letters and notes and stuff like that, either with their request or don't even ask for a sticker. They just send lovely little, either handwritten. I got this very smart letter from some lady in London the other day who's obviously got her own letter-headed paper and everything, like dear Mr. Dwyer, I thank you very much. Very nice indeed. It was a lovely letter, a touching letter, I have to say, as well. EK3 due in 42 minutes, flying over Belgium right now. Anthony Allen. We will get another Emirates 380 going out before the end of the show. I could almost guarantee it. Derek Bonfield on the A400M, the props going opposite direction on each wing. There we go. I think that is probably down to the fact that with having them contra-rotating like that means the swing on the aircraft is avoided. You know, because props obviously have a lot more sort of like what do they call it? Almost like a centrifugal type action, but obviously not horizontal but vertical. So you need to counteract that, and that's why back in the old days, the old bombers like the Lancasters, all their engines, the props turned anti-clockwise, and that's why they had a big swing as they took off. The aircraft tended to pull to the left, almost like you've got a brake that's sticking on your car or something. Squirrel Eater should have blue engines. Wouldn't it be too much? I'm just wondering if Eater had blue engine cows as well. I kind of like that white, or shade of white, should I say? Nice shiny new A339, the latest. This is Queen Elizabeth, ladies and gentlemen. All stand for the Queen. Torque, Nigel Clinning, there we go. Torque, thank you, sir. Sailor Mike P38 Lightning engines rotate in opposite direction to counter the torque. Sailor Mike, yeah, P38 Lightning. Amazing fighter bomber of the Second World War. Didn't see enough of them, I don't think. But an amazing boom. It was a twin boom aircraft, and yes, rightly so. On the front end of each of those booms was a beautiful, I think they were Merlins, weren't they? Were they Merlins or were they Pratt & Whitneys? Aidan Campbell, all Rolls-Royce except one and CFM engines rotate clockwise, whilst GE minus the Gen X and Pratt & Whitney engines rotate counterclockwise. So I was right, but I was wrong, if you know what I mean. Queen of the Sky. I think Condor have just received another 339, haven't they? Stephen Remy, brand new. The A400 engines are the same. The rotation is governed by a gearbox. Ian Finley said. Oh, the engines are the same, but the rotation is governed by a gearbox. Well, there we go. David West. Good day to you, David. Look how clean and tidy she is. Beautiful, clean engine. Look at that. Look how clean that back end is, man. Gives you a really good shot of that. Reach for the sky. Trent, Rolls-Royce Trent XWB engine, the last of the Trent family before they switch to the new Ultrafan, which will be manufactured for narrow body and wide body jets alone. Of course, the Ultrafan engine with Rolls-Royce is a carbon bladed main fan blade, that is. The Mustang, once they got that Merlin engine in the Mustang, it was a force to be reckoned with, man. So many purposes, as well as escorting the heavy Mighty 8th, the bombers out of southern England, long range into deep into Germany as well, so that the bombers could penetrate deep and yet be escorted by fighters all the way to the target using drop tanks. Amazing stories behind those. You've got to read up on it to find out more. We'll be right back after these words. Has Heathrow lifted all the limits on daily operations now, Nick Marseille? I think so. Yes. Somebody mentioning earlier on this just now whether or not this Dreamliner would have gear retraction issues again. We see one a week or so ago that quite an early rotation for that one, I've got to say. That will make a left turn. Gear up successfully. Positive rate of climb. Key obviously is to get that gear up ASAP, ASP, in order to maximise the aerodynamic efficiency of the headoplane. Another Dash 10 with British Airways. Here we go. Jerry Donnelly. There are a lot of BAs at Heathrow because it's their home, Jerry, my friend. See that raked wingtip on the Dreamliner. Far more sort of like appreciated when you look at the aircraft from a overhead profile. I remember flying over Seattle at the Boeing plant on my approach to Seattle, funny enough, and you could see the 787s parked up. We flew over, it's not Painfield, which is the one that operates the is the 787 just up the road. It is Painfield, sorry. I flew over Painfield, that was it. Yeah, Boeing field that we went to, Painfield, where they manufacture assemble the 787s. You can see them down below, and the wing profile is very, very heavily swept back, but unbelievably so. The 747 still has the honour of having the highest swept wing of all aeroplanes in the world, with commercial jets, that is. I think more so than anything nowadays. Lawrence is a new member. Lawrence Raffle. Good day to you, Lawrence. Avro Arrow has gifted a Big Jet TV membership. Lovely thing to do. Thank you, Avro Arrow. China Jet coming out. Interesting. Let's see where it is for a while, aren't we? Obviously, during the pandemic, these things were like non-stop, weren't they? Dave Beeler, Jerry needs to grab a cargo jump seat to Anchorage. Well, that would probably mean me having to go all over the bleeding place. If you know what I mean. Well, I would, wouldn't I? I'd have to go everywhere. Screaming Emu, all jets take off around between 130 and 160 knots, give or take, regardless of size. Yes, indeed. It is the same, more or less around the same, and just depending on their size and weight, is it not? But yes, and other conditions, of course. But he's right, absolutely, between 130 and 160. Which is around about, I think 120 is around about 160 mile an hour, isn't it? So it's a real illusion. Could it be that? It's just an illusion. Could it be that? In all this confusion. Could that? Sorry. Went a bit Bee Gees, didn't it? What was I talking about? Sue Taylor, the Queen loved the plate. She did. The Queen it was rumoured that the Queen, maybe not so much recently, but back in the olden days, when she was at Windsor, she'd be able to look up in the skies and go, oh, look at that, it's a 707. Yes, Mark. Wow. Tim Smart has just gifted 20 Big Jet TV memberships. Tim, thank you so much. That's a very kind thing to do. If you've been gifted a Big Jet TV membership, please come in and say thank you. Very kind of you to do so. Richard Brown, Thomas Coutunurmi, Smash Duper, Dazza B94, PJC, welcome back. You lucky so-and-so's being gifted Big Jet TV membership. David Lilly, congratulations. Yeah, sorry for the earworm, folks. Earworms can be a very off-putting thing, can't they? I was playing golf with Gino yesterday, so all the way round, of course, what is it? Back in 60, I would have stood for the club. Oh, Gino. All the way around, man. Susan Whips, Jerry, nice to be reading all the experts on here, as I have had 3 questions answered without having to ask you. Thank you all. Susan Whips, isn't that fantastic? Yes, always. It's great when we get so many people on here who help others out when I don't get to see it. Susan, like to hear the questions that you asked, of course, but obviously don't worry about it, because if I miss it, I miss it. I do apologise. Gary Pitt. Yeah, Screaming Emu, he's our onboard pilot today, by the sounds of it. Some great stuff. And this is the jet that Screaming Emu flies as well. The A220, Airbus's newest acquisition. Oh, really now? %, 100%. Well, I did go round and knock on the door, didn't I? And I got some contact details. Yeah. But Screaming Emu, that'd be great if we could hook something up with Everts Air Cargo. Yeah, I did knock on their door when I was in Alaska last time. Unfortunately, didn't manage to, because it was right at the end, and I didn't manage to hook up with anyone. But yeah, love to do something with Everts. Of course, Everts operating those DC-9s in Alaska and the DC-6 as well. Incredible old airplane. I've got an unbelievable piece of footage of one of their DC-6s flying out of Alaska, out of Anchorage, and probably no higher than 70 feet off the ground, all the way from the rotate point. Unbelievable. Beautiful. We should put that up again, really, because I don't think enough people saw that. Did a bully take. Side, please, ladies and gentlemen. Tobias, another try. What was that Dublin custom guy's name again? Oh, blimey. No idea what that one's about. Here now, A320 A220 versus A319. Here now, obviously talking about the A220 versus, well, it was a competitor at one point, and Airbus recognised that and went after Bombardier and asked to become a shareholder in this, in the project, but very quickly muscled their way in and actually took the entire production of the A220 off of Bombardier, bought into it, bought it all lock, stock and barrel, and now it's a very successful Airbus A220. Originally the Bombardier CS. Cool, I was wondering what that was. I thought it was a flipping Mustang flying down the bleeding street. That would have been cool. That would have been cool. Screaming Emu. It changes the speed differential and makes the resonating noise. Oh, is that Screaming Emu talking about the Wookiee howl? So that's the speed differential, is it? In terms of what? In terms of the rotation of the main spool? Because the spool is actually the axle, isn't it? The axle that everything's attached to. Obviously, there's all sorts of gearboxes and stuff going on. Well, it's a main gearbox going on there. But those two aircraft right in shot there, both Airbus aircraft. Hey, look at that. Big old lump coming out. Of course, that old DC-6, all the analog display. Probably a single glass, like, you know, component in there, like, you know, the artificial horizon or something. Or maybe they use iPads and stick them on the above the main panel, the flying panel. Sometimes. Oh, okay, I got you. Squoby with Ellie and who is it? Phoebe and Ellie. Oh, I don't know. Okay, Phoebe and Ellie watching the show with their dad. Fantastic. Hello, Phoebe and Ellie. Two budding aviation fans, let's call them, and who knows, potentially in the future, flying one of these jets. Daryl Gray asking what the clouds are like. Cargo Lux. Sorry, folks, but there he is, bang on target. The true queen of the skies. Jumbo jet. It's a freighter. Thanks, Daryl. Thanks for the heads up there, my old friend. Jolly good show, old boy. Aviation in 4K, watching back skiathos shows, and the reaction to the crows was funny. What was what dropping the whatever they were dropping on the runway? That was quite funny. Yeah. David Sampson, the first time. Dutch tourist Paul KLM still waiting. Look, yeah, everyone's just going round and round. Oi! No, he's coming out now. He's coming out now. Here we go. Got a big booming 777 going. A big happy smile on his face. Look. Whee! Let's go flying. PM here in London, folks. Good evening and welcome to Big Jet TV. Of course, good morning to our friends in America. Is it nearly sort of like Monday in the far, far flung corners of the world? Down there in New Zealand and Australia. Good on. Crikey, you big galah. Nice. See the difference in the design. Both Airbus jets. A330, closest to us, A350. Furthest away. John Davies is a new member. Welcome, John. Or Davis, sorry, John. Screaming Emu knows someone who owns an airworthy DC-3. A tail dragger, as they're commonly known as well. Rob Walker tuning in from the Lurks Lounge. Good day, Rob. Nice United 767 coming on. Hello! Nick Wilson flew on the DC-3 back in the 90s. Wow. Here's the A220. Checks complete. Line up and wait to 7 right, or they may have already been given clearance to take off at their discretion. Looks like a straight rollout to me. There it goes. How derated is that? There's the old girl, look, the old workhorse of the skies. John Davis. Yes, thank you, John. On the tarmac shots today. Always get that, always guaranteed that here from the Courtyard Marriott. just remember, folks, that around the corner from here is the top deck, which is available for anybody to visit. Obviously, if you're a resident here at the hotel. If you're not, then you can, of course, come here, buy yourselves a meal, sit out on the deck, enjoy some drinks. But unfortunately, this particular deck that I'm on right now is still not accessible to anybody. But it will be, they're hoping, in the near future. I've been saying that for the last year. Here comes your big man, Bangladesh 787. But I tell you, when you look in there, it's like, wow, this place is ready for what BA triple? Oh, what on the thingy of thingy? What, the Festival of Creativity? Alison McLeod. Do pilots tend to just fly the same type of plane? Mum swears one of the pilots who flew her to Singapore on the Big Roo a few weeks ago also flew her off the Dreamliner at Perth on the way home. Interesting, because most of the pilots, even though some airlines like British Airways and Qantas have Boeing and Airbus in the fleet, you know, it's likely that you know, someone like Captain Dave, for example, is type rated to fly the A380, but he's on the A350. But they are obviously both Boeing aircraft. But I would imagine that generally you will be assigned to just fly one particular type. I would imagine. Arthur Benny, where does Iran Air pick up his fuel if he can't fuel? Well, he has to fly both sectors with enough fuel on board to fly both sectors, and also it goes to show the you know, the capabilities of these aircraft, doesn't it? The fact that he can fly two sectors, it just means that his landing is, when he comes into Heathrow, is a little bit shall we say interesting. Obviously I need a pilot to confirm that, but obviously he's carrying a lot more fuel and therefore a lot more weight by coming in with enough fuel to fly him back, or her back, to Iran. Sonia Keenan, Festival of Creativity, sorry, off to Vancouver, did you say? Okay, third person in the flight deck there. That could be a line training. There could be a line check going on there. A training captain giving a check to one of the pilots. Something that's regularly done. No window number or anything like that, are we, Jilly? Oh, okay. What's that? Nice! Wow! Yeah, just to correct myself there, I obviously got myself in a bit of a tongue-tied situation. Of course, the A380 and the A350 are both Airbus jets. I thank you. Cheerio! Could be going up in a nice. Actually, no, Vancouver, so that'll be a right turn, I'd imagine. Oh, little bit. Straight out. No messing about. Let's get the hell out of here, boy. Oh, look at that. Nice jet. Wow. What's that trailing there, man? It's just trailing something out of the number one. Too much to look at, for God's sake. Beautiful Air France 220. I don't think we'll ever see their flip. Oh, I've just seen one land. What's just landed? A 320 or an A220 with Air France? Stu Simo is a returning member. Welcome back, Stu. Oh. Proper old school workhorses, these 767s with United. How could you leave me when I needed you? Funky shot coming up. Funky shot coming up. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah. Nice. Nice 339. Sitting there with Delta Airlines. Back at Gatwick. There's your Biman Bangladesh 787. Crept its way over from T4. Air Astana 321. Remember their 757s they used to operate out of here. Not any longer.
Thunder? Is it War Thunder? War Thunder? War Thunder. Alpha War Thunder is a new member. Welcome, War Alpha. Good to see you here as a new member. Got Stu. J. Mank, 72, was on a Britannia 767 as a kid, and he dropped like a stone, and they started the fear of flying. All good now. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's not uncommon, but it is quite sort of like, unless you hit really bad turbulence, clear air turbulence a lot of the time, of course, at a dizzy height, then, you know, obviously sometimes it might wake you up on a transatlantic flight. Beautiful the sunset shots coming up now. I love Heathrow. That Finnair 350, the One World livery is on its way out. That's nice. Graham Hepburn, Lufthansa are awesome. They love a 747. Well, I tell you what, they're happy they don't have to lease other aircraft due to, you know, the high demand for passenger jets at the moment. That's why they've kept hold of their 346s, 343s. 747s, 400 and 800 variants. Big set of Trent 7000s. Here we go. Come back to that in a second. Just grab this beautiful sacre bleu, monsieur. Oui. Why, I love your airplane. No, sir, that is not true, because I am the Scarlet Pimpernel. Yeah, clear for takeoff. Martin P, I have flown on the Air Astana 757 business class, effectively meant lying on the floor. A flatbed but primitive, not missed. Wow, that sounds kind of crazy, doesn't it? John Gridham likes the Air France A220. I agree with you, Sue. Au revoir. Bonjour, papa. Bonjour, maman. Les balais rouges. I do like the all white, just the tail livery on the One World jets, like Qatar have done it. And Finnair have done it too. Looks good. Graham Hepburn, what engine on a 220? It's the Pratt & Whitney PW1100 or different variants of the engine. PW 1900, 1700, whatever it might be. I fight the mix man. Usual Aer Lingus. Double stacked departure, and usually at the same time a double stacked arrival as well. Sonia Keenan, nice looking jet, that SAS E20. J-Mate, Big Jet TV has helped upgrade me from a nervous flyer to a confident one that really enjoys it. Wow, J-Mate, that's fantastic. That is just great feedback, isn't it? Steve, right in the afternoon. Pliny, do all commercial airline pilots need to learn English? Yes, Pliny, is the bottom line. It's the internationally recognised language. When we talk about English, we don't mean like, hello, old boy. We mean just English, as in the, like Americans speak English, don't they? Although they would probably not want to admit that. It's American. We speak American. Yes, but you speak the English language, if you see what I mean. But anyway, yeah, there we go. So. Isn't that lovely? Thank you. Liam Fleck, good evening to you. Duane Curley. It is evening now, isn't it? Really lovely clear pictures. All in amazing 4K, 4K, 4K. 4K, 60 frames per second. Triple creeping on ever so slowly. Do-do-do-do-do. Blimey. In your own time. Gets dark at 7:30. He's got a Volvo and a Labrador and wellies. Only joke, it's a bit back. Golden Retriever. Baby on board sticker. Oh guys, I'm going to have to cut back to this. Sorry folks, but this is a beautiful aeroplane, man. Love it in this livery. Of course, it's cheap as nuts for the operator as well, isn't it? We got Arthur Winglet on his way out. Hey! Andrew Gates, first 12-hour shift at Gatwick tomorrow starting. The day should be fun. Wow, fair play, mate. Good for you. 12-hour shift at Gatwick. Is that airside, my friend? That will go quick if you're busy, of course. Got you, Lloyd Bell, thank you.
Oh, funky shot. Could be a good one. Could be a good one. Oh, maybe not. There we go. Yeah. Make it funky, diddle-de-doo. Make it funky, diddle-de-doo. This PJ looks great in air. Sonikina, Ram, Royal Air Maroc, Max on radar for departure. Interestingly enough, double Max lineup there, look folks. Lot Airlines and the Royal Air Maroc jet. How about that? That's something Boeing would like to see, isn't it? Mike, 350, best looking plane at the moment. There we go. Here comes Arthur. Joe Thompson can't wait to fly again. Fantastic. See right the way through these engines. High bypass ratio turbofans. And when we talk about high bypass, what we're talking about is the amount of air that is bypassing the core of the engine and being used for forward by the main fan blades for forward thrust. Around about 70% of the air that's ingested through those engines is used that actually bypasses the core of the engine, obviously making them very efficient. A lot less bypass, even though they are high bypass ratio turbofans, those IAE engines, a lot less air bypasses the core of the engine, and therefore a lot more, a lot less in terms of their efficiency, which is quite interesting, isn't it? Because, you know, I'm quite surprised it's taken so long before engine manufacturers have looked at fan blade sizes, because it makes perfect sense, doesn't it? The bigger the blade, the more air it can ingest, and therefore the more efficiency it's got. The bigger obviously with a bigger blade you need a bigger cowling, and therefore you obviously need more bigger engine cowls. The internal structure of that engine, the core as it's known, the mechanical working parts, or the combustion engine part of the engine, is relatively the same size as the original CFM56 engine. Much smaller, compact blade assembly as well, multiple fan blades, titanium blades, whereas now they've switched to these amazing big blades. I think half the amount of blades in these newer CFM engines compared to their older CFM56 sibling, which I think that is a CFM56 engine right there. So as you can see, that is the old one and that is the new one. Doesn't really do it a lot of justice when you look at it on a 737. Because of the ground clearance, you can see how squared off the bottom of the engine is, and that is literally for ground clearance purposes. You'll see as this 737 taxis, it's got wheel covers on it because the wheels of the main undercarriage are actually exposed because the aircraft's so low to the ground, it doesn't actually have any ground clearance to be able to put undercarriage doors on it, believe it or not. Whereas these 320s, you can see they've got much higher ground clearance on them, the Airbus jets. Well, I think that lot jet's going to be the first to go. Colin Lacey, why is the tail so big on an A380? Well, Colin, it just makes sense, doesn't it? It's all relevant to size. You know, the size of the A380 demands it has a big tail fin. It's a bit like a boat, really. And you think about what's underneath the boat in terms of its keel. The tail vertical stabilizer on an airplane is the equivalent of a keel on a boat, and therefore, obviously, the bigger the boat, the bigger the necessity for the bigger keel on it to control its stability.
although the keel on a boat is not used for steering, whereas the aircraft has both abilities to, obviously it needs a vertical stabilizer to maintain its stability in flight, but also its steering mechanism in terms of left and right is the rudder assembly that's bumped into the table. You see the can't really see them. On what aircraft? BA what? Okay, we're looking out for BA 1616 to Mali, folks, apparently. We've got somebody on it. See the just about see the wheel covers. BA 61, not 16. BA 61, folks. You see the wheel covers on the outboard wheel assemblies. Hey! Nice. Split scimitar winglet type on the 737 MAX, and also on the 900 as well, although a slightly different design on the MAX compared to the 900. Daniel Harris, what engines are on the 737 MAX? Just mentioned it was the CFM LEAP engine, leading edge aviation propulsion. Same as that engine there. As you can see, Airbus, because it's taller, doesn't need squared off engine base. And that, of course, is the stretched A321 variant, Ted Rogers Special. And that is the big bad thing. And Pete hardly run in. It's true they are bringing the 380 back into full operation to all airline. Patriot 007. No, my friend. I don't know where you heard that from, but no. Airbus have dismantled everything in their A380 production apart from the sheds themselves, which will be used eventually, I believe, for 321 production. Yeah, they're moving Airbus A321 production to, or adding it on, bolting it on at Toulouse, because of obviously it's such a high demand aircraft that they need all the space they can get. And those big sheds that are available obviously serve a purpose. Marcus D, thank you. Daniel Burns, are the engines test run before dispatch? You're talking about a normal flight there? If so, no. Engines will be tested during any maintenance procedures, and of course the aircraft will be tested along with its engines and everything before it's delivered as a new aircraft. But before flight, the engines will just be started, and obviously the onboard flight management systems will check each engine individually, make sure they're all running perfectly, right temperatures, etc, etc. Sun's come behind them, as it's come down behind them. Temperature's dropped about 5 degrees. No, I mean, it's gotten cold, yeah. Daniel Harris, this one heading to Washington. And this is half a winglet, isn't it? He's only got half a winglet. There it is, look. That's why we call him Arthur, because he's only got half a wingtip. I'm here all week. Listen to that. Big old 777 making his way up. Get the other one. We'll get the other one. Doesn't make any difference really in terms of its operational capability, but not having that upper section of the winglet will, interestingly enough, mean it will burn more fuel. Still got all the same capabilities, everything like that, no safety issues whatsoever, purely down to a aerodynamic drag issue, which will mean she will burn more fuel over a period of time as well. So they kind of want to get that fixed, but it will be fixed, I'd imagine, during its next major maintenance check, or even if it's a C check or whatever it might be, because it is quite a major component, the winglet. Doesn't look it, and it's not like a die-cast model or a flipping, you know, air fix. We just grab the glue quick and wallop it on there, leave it for 24 hours to set, and then it's done. Do without that. It's a big happy triple, look. Whee! Look at me with my smiley face. Joe Thompson is absolutely, perfectly, 100% safe to fly that aircraft. It, just like I say, creates more drag on the aircraft in terms of its fuel burn. Is it? Going west, yeah? Yeah! Right, I missed this one. Pulling on. Hopefully. Oh yeah, we're going to get the... It's got to go up the ramp. Watch this. Listen to this. Wing light's not on yet, so he's holding at that position, at that runway intersection. Listen when he's told that he can move to the runway. See that? Tony's watching from his hotel room. Chandigarh, India. Wow. How cool is that? So still operating the tiller if they want to use the tiller. The hand crank steering mechanism, left or right of the pilot, depending on which side of the aircraft they're sitting on. but it's a hand-cranked tiller system, much like the rudder tiller on a boat, and that will disconnect around about 60 knots when the aircraft rolls out. So the pilot, the flying pilot, still has the capability, if he or she wants, to steer the aircraft by use of the tiller up to around about 60 knots. But most pilots generally tend to use their feet to steer the aircraft. Can still steer the aircraft on the taxi as well using the rudder pedals. It is literally down to personal preference. God bless you. Roger Norsworthy in BA61 787-9 taxiing up to 2327 right. I'm guessing he's talking about 27 right. I'm going to wait for that, yeah. No. I just need to drop the clouds. The clouds moved across and over this big. Nice shot. Do we know what side of the aircraft our passenger is on the 787? On BA61. Well, it's bleeding helpful, isn't it? We kind of need to know. There it is, taxiing out now. Oh well, we'll get it taxiing. If we see it, we see it. Great shot. Shots. Virgin. Scared the living out of me. Embraer. Look at little CF34 engines. Oh, just little engines, aren't you? Just your little engines. Not like these big old lumps, look. But there is, of course, the E2 jet, the replacement for the old fella here that you see, with these little engines. But I tell you what, they can deliver a punch, mate. Just watch the Skiathos show. To show you exactly what I'm talking about. That! Ian Morrison, thank you. Graham Edburn. DCI Reagan. Reagan, wasn't it? Reagan and Carter. Just about it, wasn't it? How crazy was that? Inspector Reagan had a present for me, and it was like just like a random box with things. We were all laughing. He hadn't been there really. Ross Gin or Gin Ross, yes. That was China something. It was a China something. Dreamliner just touched down. Pointy nose on the Embraer, Embraer indeed. Ben Brown still buzzing about the United toga on Wednesday. He was there when he watched it live on the main bus. Really, oh my God! Was insane though. But yes, not quite as dramatic as the hello, third window from the blah, fourth window from the back, was it? Okay, so nothing there. From the front, sorry. Okay, on the right, okay. So we've got someone on that headoplane, ladies and gents. It's nice and clean, that lofty, doesn't it? Obviously in the very posh seats as well, don't you know? Sitting up front like that. Off to a glass of champagne when it got on. Like some champagne, huh? With ooh, la la la, ooh, la la la, la 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 la. Playing. British Airways, they're so British, aren't they? Posh music playing on the thing. It's like going round your mum's back in 90s having, oh mum, do you need to play the opera when we mates are here? Can I just go and listen to classic FM somewhere else? Such a bad boy. Oh, look at that. Look at that hole that's been cut in that cloud there. Look at it. Look at that, man. We missed that. Okay. That's interesting. That's a long range, that hole. So we need to monitor the hole. Or that cloud. Look, it's getting bigger and bigger. It's definitely freshly pasteurised, that hole. Nice baby slinger arriving on the southern runway. Okay, here we go. Fourth one back. I know exactly where it is. Come on, son. Did you say they don't have a window seat originally or something? Is it? The only thing is that sometimes when you're in a first class or business class seat, you can't actually reach the window. You're sitting at an odd angle. Did you see someone wait from the cockpit? Kind of. It's just me. It's just me. The old eyes playing tricks on me. Oh, there. No. Seeing anything. Thought they were going to shine the light, do shine the light of me. Oh. Nope, it's a battery run out. Hurry up! Trying to swap the batteries out frantically. Flipping heck! No, ain't happening, son. definitely that's it, isn't it? It's definitely the jet, isn't it? Because there's another 787 taxiing out. Oh. Lord Geek. Okay. Well, if you're unable to reach the window, you're unable to reach the window. But why would somebody say that they will do it when they say they will? Oh, okay, there we go. Aidan Campbell, Virgin upper class on the Dreamliner is a weird shape. Oh, Thai jet just arriving. Sorry Tobias, it does at times get very quick. The chat does get quite quick, so say about that. But obviously, keep your comments coming. Don't feel in any way that you can't get a word in edgeways. We want you to feel that you can chat in here and get your questions over and. Also advise us on what is happening or anything coming out, anything coming in, anything over the top. Although right now I have high cirrus above me, I believe it is. Did it? Kellogg's K. Special K. It's the same K as the Special K logo, isn't it? So our Cathay Pacific jet is a little bit delayed by the sounds of it. Climb maintain 3,000 feet, turn left heading 1. So 160, isn't it? Is it 160? That direct left. Is it 160? Splendid! Big long stretchy 321. Of course Airbus have tested all of their aircraft, almost all of their aircraft on 100% sustainable aviation fuel, all apart from the A380, of course, because it's no longer a manufactured aircraft or an aircraft. But all the twin engine jets have been tested 100% SAF. Oh, has it now? Paul Hodgson, Cathay Pacific 747 on radar. Don't go anywhere, folks. Get sharing, because that's our curtain call. We will be doing more evening shows here at London Heathrow, of course, right the way through till darkness in the future, where it's sort of like crazy, still able to film at 10 o'clock at night. Sundown at London Heathrow. We will get it, folks. Yeah. Temperature's caught me out a little bit today, I've got to be honest with you. It's lovely when I've got it. It's bleeding freezing now. Still have to bring a sucrose just in time for the 747 departure. Thank you everybody, by the way, for your likes. We really appreciate it. We don't beg for likes, we don't beg for subscribers. We've got a very, very healthy subscriber base, and you folks are all the foundations of that. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. If you do subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, folks, because that way you get to know when we are live. We're live twice a week on Wednesdays and Sundays. The original live stream program that we as Big Jet TV put out. Others have followed, of course, but that is our original program of Wednesdays and Sundays. Timings will vary as well. It might be early morning, it might be into the evening, depends on the time of year, of course, and also where we are is also based on whether we're in the UK or not. For example, we will be in Atlanta, in Anchorage at the end of this month. A lot of people very happy about that. Listen to these lovely, and I'm pretty sure that these are CF6 engines on this Iberia A330. Bootleg, very atmospheric evening shows. Yeah, so Nigel Armstrong, that guy with the window seat, shone his mobile out the window as it took off. Have a look back. Thank you, Nigel. I will do that, and hopefully whomever did that made a timestamp. Thank you. Helen Harrington, 747 on radar, JDGR4. J-Mang, if you like it, like it. Exactly, there you go. If you don't, then go on. Beautiful aeroplane. Somebody mentioning earlier on that they recently flew into Bangkok, saw a number of Thai 747s all parked up in storage. It's quite interesting, I have to say, that they've still got them there. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Have they got a plan for them? Are they on the books to be sold and converted into freighters? Or are Thai Airways even considering bringing back maybe a couple of 747s into service, depending on passenger demand, of course. Spy walks. Great question. Are the engines on the 330 similar to the ones on the 747? Yes, spy walks. Well, of course, the 747 powered by a number of different types of engine. But yes, the CF6 engine was a popular, and still is a popular engine that powers them. Other ones being the Pratt & Whitney power plant, the Rolls-Royce power plant as well. So look them up. And of course, the latest 747-8 powered by the GenX, the GENX General Electric power plant that also powers the Dreamliner as well. Not all Dreamliners, but some of the Dreamline is very busy out there. Look at that. GP, that might be. It's a shame you can't. Well, to be honest with you, probably could use that as a thumbnail, couldn't you, right there? You could leave that. You can leave that because it's airflow. Here we go. Campbell flew on a Thai 747 2003. Okay, Ben Brown, the Thai CEO mentioned a few months back in an interview with the 380s are under consideration to return. Okay, chat's just going too quick, mate. Future of Planet Earth is a new member. Welcome to Future of Planet Earth. Wouldn't that be great? If we could possibly get some kind of indication as to what is our future here on planet Earth, but you probably it wouldn't sound very good. Are you sure you want to know? Why? Why are you asking that? Well, you know, the future of planet Earth. We've all invested in it. We're all invested in it up to our eyeballs. But just how much we take note of that is another thing. Jumbo jet. Do we have a no? Wow, Graham Hepburn, my only 747 flights were with Iberia in 1974. I bet you were wearing flares. Were you wearing flares in 74? I think they were. I think that was the flare era, wasn't it? Let's get a line up. Joe Thompson. My sister watched the Storm show the other day. She made me laugh. She said it's really bad now. It had gone on to Storm Eric show. Bless. I said it's finished. She thinks you're very entertaining. Thank you. So. Catherine, yes, Cafe is indeed waiting to cross runway 27 left. And it's a 400 as well. I don't know if she's Pratt & Whitney or CF6 powered. We'll soon find out. She's coming over now. Here she comes. DHL 767 also making his way out. Tony Bagman, so nice to see a jumbo at London Heathrow, isn't it just? And a lovely old 747 400 freighter as well. iDigidude, are you able to capture British Airways 2MW? What's that? Be a little bit more specific, my friend. I'll see if I can. Wow, Daniel being on Ward Air 747s and Lufthansa back in the old days. Standard spool-up procedure with the CF6. Read all about it! can't have special dispensation, man. She opts it. Bruce McDonald and War Flares. John Grinham, good to see this in the evening light. Repositioning these long-haul jets so they sell seats to cover the costs. Debash mode might be repositioning some of these long-haul jets so they sell seats to cover the cost. Did I miss a conversation there? Sorry. Thanks, Debash. She looks quite full up on fuel. Look at her wings. Tip tank's full by the looks of it. She's a full-on freighter. And it looks like she's got Pratt & Whitney's. I think they're Pratt & Whitney's. There we go. Matt Smith confirming Pratt & Whitney PW4s. Different variants of the Pratt & Whitney, of course, depending on the aircraft. 767, slightly, maybe a lesser thrust rating on them. RT's in the house. Richard Torb, what a wonderful thing to see, Greg. Jerry Donnelly, only in time I ever flew a 747 charters to the Iraq War from the United States of America. HGC CX8 is number 4 on flight radar right now, folks. Let's get into number 1, shall we? And can I just finish saying thank you to everybody who's given us a like on the channel. We do obviously appreciate it. Just because it shows that you like us. Not because we want likes or we're like, oh, we got 2,000 likes, or oh, come on, make it 10,000. It's like, hey, if you like it, you like it. You don't have to feel forced into doing it. DHL coming round the back of the bike sheds. You behind the bike sheds, stand steady. James Jump, Pratt & Whitney PW4000s. Oh, Ben Brown, she's only going to Paris. So she's just doing the rounds, really, that Cathay 747, before she gets really loaded up and heads off to some, or at least back to whence she came. From Dubai, not DXB, but DXB, whatever it is, the DWC, EWC, yeah, DWC. This is just as nice a plane, isn't it, really? Lovely old 767. Listen to those engines, man. Scott Hetherington. Years old, Spywalk's telling us. This Cathay 747. She's a beauty, ain't she? Bless you. This is our call out, folks. This is our curtain call, this Cathay 747. We will, of course, be going further into the evening as the days as the nights do get longer, as the days do get longer, sorry. We'll be going all the way through into sort of like 10 o'clock, that sort of time. I think this 767 is going to come and line up. I want to get that jumbo turning. I think where, oh, I don't think she's going long. I think she's going, which way is she going? Is she going all the way round? Yeah, she's gone long, I think. Is she going to turn there? No. Oh, it's a tricky one, isn't it? Hopefully she's going to line up and wait at that intersection point. Just give me a bit of time to film this 767. Oh, look at this, man. Oh, listen to her, man. Jumbo trips on Pan Am, Cathay and the Kai Tak. This could be a turn and burn. In about 60 seconds, GP. Oh no. Oh, it's going up steep. She's going up steep. She's got nothing on board, man. Look at that. Wow. What's the climb rate on that? It's got to be close to the 3K mark, hasn't it? 2624. Wow. Is she going to do that? We're going to get us here in that classic bank shot pose. Goes. There she goes. Did we get it to number one? We got it to number one, folks. You're a great bunch of people, aren't you, eh? All around the world, man. All around the world. Well. Lord Geeker, she'll be back. She'll be in Paris before Jerry gets back to the back.
Come on. Right. There's that shot, there's that shot. Chuck those things around the sky. Now she's flying, man. Look at her go. Woo! Look at that. Wow. Go for throttle up. Should we get this, should we wait for this one DHL jet to come out, shall we? Skyrocket. Wow, Paul Hodgson, only 10 more 747s were delivered after that 747. Wow, great bit of information there, thank you. Nigel Armstrong's going to quickly run out and see if he can see it. Rab H, lovely bank shot, thank you. Rab James, Drum and Diane 78, thank you, great show. Lisa G, great end to the show. John H, 2,968 likes. Well, there we go, thank you. That's very kind of you, thank you everybody. What happened to the other 3,000, eh? Miserable bunch of, no, I'm only joking. 3,240 people tracking that aircraft. HGC saying early bird debash mode, go at throttle up. And Kristen Robertson, Tobias, Maggie Kuala Ula, thank you both, great viewing as always. Tony O'Reilly, someone has got their foot down, absolutely. Up and at it, Deborah Show and Tim Coogan, 335 mile an hour apparently, wow. Future of planet Earth. I've got a video of Cathay Pacific 747 from where I am in Raysbury. We'll send it via email. Elizabeth Smith, thank you very much everybody. Fabulous show as always. Thank you to Jerry and Gilly, Early Birdie, Bruce McDonald. Thanks for everyone, and indeed it is everybody involved. It's great to have all of you folks involved in this, and thank you all our new members for getting involved. I really appreciate it, and opening up this space for people to come and chat. That's what it's all about. Not just chat, but also give me information. That's what I feed on. I'm like an animal feeding at feeding time for information from you folks, whether it be correcting me on something, whether it be informing me about something, whatever it might be. We really do appreciate it. Roger Norsworthy, thank you. Joe Cameron, good to see Heathrow busy again. Yes, isn't it just? And this is a busy London Heathrow. Do all cargo planes have a cargo manager on board, please, Mr. Pingu? No, not all cargo planes. Sometimes they will have a load master that flies with them. Sometimes they may not. Generally, they can't, you know, if it's a specialist freight operation, you know, like an oversized piece of freight. I haven't seen that for a long time, have we, Gilly? There may be a load master on board, but in general, the load master will be see, we're starting to see the evening flights now, aren't we? You know, that we would normally be touching down in the evening, in the darkness during winter time. Yeah, some carriers will operate with a load master on board the aircraft, or cargo manager, you say. Depends on the airport or the destination.
like I say, if it's a specialist freighter operation, then they will obviously need to have somebody managing the flight on board. But if it's like UPS or DHL, generally they will just have a dispatcher on the ground at the airfield who will do all the paperwork, run up, say thank you very much, sign here for you, thank you very much, off they go, and then wait for the next one. Randy Bushbound, BA announced third flight to LAX starting in October with the A380. Lots of people going to be happy about that. Daniel Banks, ANA 777, hopefully gives it the beans. Yeah, coming up on the back of you. Sue Tonkis, thank you very much indeed. Jill Perry H, ANA looks so good. Tobias, Joe Thompson, Mark JB, Paul Hodgson. What's a consignment? I'm sure you mean there, Paul. Yeah. Normally, like I say, if it's the sort of like logistics operation, which is just mail and stuff like that, there will generally be somebody on the ground who will sort of like oversee all of the stuff going on. But the pilot or the captain is basically takes the place of the loadmaster in those situations where they will monitor the weight of the aircraft. Weights and balance is also very important. And of course the aircraft does come with monitors or they wouldn't be doing that. They don't. No, mate, no. Wait, is that him there? He is. Someone on board that cockpit must be a third person. Yeah, it must be a third person on that flight deck. They've just flashed the lights, mate. Oh, go on the GHL. Did he just slide his bleeding window open? No. Oh, that is brilliant. Hold on a minute. This is great, mate. This is great. Go on the DHL. Gonna give you all the love now, man. Regardless of all the noise you can hear, we're gonna give these boys and girls the love. No, there may be a third person on the flight deck, Jilly, that's watching it. We'll certainly see. We'll soon see when they line up here, mate. We'll soon see when they line up here. But the fact that they just flashed their taxi lights. We're going to see now. We're going to see right now. So whoever's in the back seat, in the centre seat maybe. Keep looking at it now, you see, you can't look away.
Right. Line up and wait. That was flipping awesome, wasn't it? That was just awesome. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Oh, goosebumps and all that. Fair play to DHL. Good, son. Nice and steep and all. It's going to go up like one of Richard Branson's rockets. Well, actually, old rockets. Hey! Flipping it! It's like an air show takeoff. – 3,700 feet per minute, man. Well, I hope those pilots contact us, because we'd be more than happy to share the footage with them. Although all they have to do is go on the phone and do a screen record, isn't it? But, you know, amazing how many pilots actually don't know how to operate their phones properly, but they can operate a bleeding jetliner. But how do I do that? Well, is he going to break the clouds? Is he actually going to break the cloud? What's that cloud height? It's got to be, I'd imagine, quite high, but he's getting close towards it, isn't he? That was awesome, man. That was absolutely awesome. Yes, it is a good job, isn't it? Yes, a good job we stuck around, folks. Thank you to those DHL pilots. Have a great trip, and we'll see you next time around. That was fantastic. I think because of the frequency of those DHL flights, there's a good chance we'll see them again. But listen, guys, I've got to say thank you. First of all, a little bit of housework just to say thank you. It's not housework, is it? Just a little bit of housework. Folks, thank you so much. It has been fantastic. Really appreciated your company once again. Thanks to all the wonderful people who've gifted Big Jet TV membership. Welcome to all our new members who will be with us in Anchorage. Why do I keep forgetting? There. This the end of the month, folks, we will be in Anchorage in Alaska. We're going back to 747 heaven just for you, and after a lot of people asked for it, actually, as it happens, and we've also got somewhere else we're looking at, which is Washington Dulles, I think it is. Washington, folks. Going to be looking very closely at that for a possible show in, what would that be, May. But yeah, stay tuned. Make sure you download the app. It's kind of important that you do, folks, because
it's another way of getting your notifications. If, say, for example, you don't get one from YouTube, the chances are you will get one from the app, and vice versa. If the app doesn't work, then the chances are you'll get it from YouTube. One way or the other, you'll get your notification. We don't want you to miss it. It's horrible when we come on and people are like, oh, I've just come on, I didn't get a notification. Well, I mean, let's face it, at the end of the day, we're always live on a Sunday. So if you're caught short and you're thinking of someone, thinking of somewhere, what's going on, then just then open your phone and just have a look and see whether it is or it isn't. Don't massively rely on the notifications, because obviously it's a technical world, isn't it? And we obviously have technical issues from 10 to 10. Somebody even as big as YouTube, etc., etc. So thank you to everybody. Thank you, DHL. Thank you once again to the Courtyard Marriott folks. You can visit here. Great rooms, and of course you can go on the deck round the corner there. I will keep you posted as and when this top section is back in use, or is in use, should I say. But yeah, another great show, and of course we will be running through to darkness in as the summer comes into operation, yeah, other than that, enjoy the early part of your week, and we will see you on Wednesday. Not sure exactly from what position, because we don't know what the wind's going to be doing, or do we, Julie, at this point? And if we do, then look over there. What's all this? The storm. A380 in the engine test area. Right, folks, look after yourselves. Be good. Be happy. Be happy. That's the most. Really? Okay. It's the most important thing, is that you're happy. And thank you to everybody. Look after yourselves, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Have an enjoyable rest of your Sunday, and we'll see you then. Cheers. Toodaloo.